God's real. God's the one that really can fly. God's the one that really can walk on water. God's the one that really can call the dead out of their graves. God's the one that really, really, truly tonight, He's the one that's really cool. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that guy, I'm glad y'all got a good football team at your school. I'm glad they're doing good this year. It's not as important as children's choir. It's not. And I hope y'all win a bunch of games, and I hope the volleyball team does good, and I hope the basketball team does good. And that's great, man. Let's have fun, but it's just a game. Don't let it be a stupid eye. A dumb eye. I talked to a guy the other day. A guy that I think a lot of. He's now raised his kids, and he told me, he said, man, I have just been so hurt right here lately. I said, what's going on? He said, my son, and if you knew what this man did for his son growing up, as far as ball, he would just be flabbergasted. Because he probably has more hours in pitching the ball outside with his son than he does, working. Seriously. The ball, the pitching, the batting cages, and all the accessories, and took him to all the practices and conventions, and any chance he had to take him to where a pro could teach him a little more, he would do it. And then, he coached all these balls. He started in T-ball and went to all the way through. And you know what? It paid off. His son was good enough to go to college and play ball, and was offered full scholarships to 4 major colleges to play ball. He went to PJC and didn't want to play any ball. Destroyed his father, because he said, I felt like I did it, and I felt like it was all love. But in the end, the kid said that he was only going to play another 4 years, and it was going to absorb most of his opportunity of college. And he said after college, he said, I know what I'm going to pro. He said, I've only even looked at the pro. Even if I could. He says, I want to be. Wow. What a waste of a life. Now, let's stop and go back to, that's all gone. Right now, he may be a little more disciplined because of it, maybe a little stronger. But the real world use of that is really not going to help him any. What if you had done just half of that in church? I can't do anything. I know, I'm telling you that I like this guy. I do. I think a lot of him. But I'm going to tell you, he made ball and I. And his son seen a different path. We can just thank God for that. But his father, a very good man, and a man that does go to church, he still allowed ball and his son to come out. Do you know that you need to let your own kids come out? Your kids can be so important to you that you forget all about serving God. You forget all about what you're really supposed to be teaching them. Because you want them to succeed in the world so bad. So bad. I want them to have the things that I didn't have, and not to go through the things that I did. That we allow them to miss the greatest lessons of all. They're taught right here in the little old local churches. There's a list that I can hand you, and you could read all the way from here till you get home. What could be coming out in your life? Your house, and your cars, and your yard, and so on, your job, all these things. But every one of them tonight that you could read and check off is a dumb item. Nothing for us. At some point in time, it'll all be vain. And I think to myself, even if that boy would have went to college and he would have went on to pro, at some point in time, it would become vain. There's one idol. There's one being. Just one. In all the world, of all the knowledge, of all the people and the places and the things and the beings that there are in existence of all of them, there's one, just one. That's word. There's just one single being that we all can focus on.